Has it been 6 months, better yet, a whole year or so, and you haven't received your manifestation yet? And you're like, where the heck is it? When do I receive the stuff? How long does it actually take? I'm going to fill you in on that right now. I appreciate you subscribing right down at the bottom so that you can, get your breakthrough. To understand really how long it takes for you to manifest your desire, that thing that you've been deciding to have, you have to pay attention to these two premises, these two important details, which is time and vibrational frequency, becoming a vibrational match. Understand that time is just an illusion. Time doesn't actually exist. It only exists in your reality because we have this consensus agreement, this consensus belief about time, which is fine. It's cool. But it's also, we can think outside the box. We can believe outside the box. And so time, you can tell time is just an illusion when you're feeling excited and happy and you're just like in the zone. Think about when you're doing your business and you're really, really into a video, or you're really into, better yet, when you're watching something on YouTube or on TikTok and you are really into the concept, you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta see more videos about this. And time is just flying by. Well, that's because time is an illusion. The time that has passed is the time that you think has passed, or that you've realized has passed. That's what time has passed for you. Oh, I have a really good example of this. Now it just came to me. Okay, so when I used to work in retail, I was like, oh my gosh, I want the day to be over. Just speed past this whole 8 hours because I wasn't feeling it. And so I came up with this way, and I was like, my day goes by real quick. And this is the way I did it. I came up with this whole algorithm to make time pass faster for me. So when I came into work at 6 a.m., I believe. And so I came in at 6 a.m., but I didn't count that first hour that I came in because, you're settling in, there's not many customers. So I didn't count that whole hour. So I would already skip to 7 a.m. And then from there, with my breaks, because you get in retail, you get the 15-minute breaks and all that jazz. So we had two 15-minute breaks. So I didn't count the hour before my 15-minute break because it was already a shorter amount of time that was going into that hour. And I didn't count the hour after my 15-minute break because, again, that's a shorter hour. So already we have eliminated 1, 2, 3 hours. Okay, so for lunch, another thing, I didn't count the hour before lunch. I didn't count the hour after lunch because, again, I'm getting settled in. In the time before lunch, you're anticipating lunch and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm getting off and I'm gonna just go to the fast food restaurant or whatever. But you're anticipating it and you're anxious. So then the time after lunch, I was like, you know what? I'm getting settled in. You're not doing too much after lunch. And then I didn't count the hour before I left my shift because I'm already in my mindset. I'm going home. That's it. The day's over. I'm done. So I lost track of the hours, but I think it was like, 5 hours, right? 5 hours at time. So that's why my days would pass by so quick. And this is a prime example of that time is an illusion. You experience time in the way that you believe you experience time. That's the way I experience time in retail, Now, I know I'm not the only one that has concocted their own little algorithm. Have you done that too? And another thing with time, understand that time, you can skip. With that example too, you can skip frames. You can go from here to here. Like when you're manifesting, that's what they call the quantum leaps. When you just imagine that this is a frame, a string of events happening that is like on those film strips. So if you go from here, you can jump to here because time is an illusion. All of those frames exist at the same time. All of the moments exist at the same time. Me telling you this right now is a moment. And then me telling you something that I'm about to tell you right now is a moment. You can skip frames if you decide to. Every single frame is a vibrational frequency. which we're getting into now, right? So with a vibrational frequency, you're always at a certain vibrational frequency every single moment. You have something going on where you have a vibrational frequency because that's what you emit. You are a vibrational frequency. And your desire, so you being a entrepreneur, having a successful business, you having clients, you having your first sales, you manifesting unexpected money, you manifesting a new friend that is like-minded, that is all a certain vibrational frequency. And you can tune yourself to it when you decide to. So, but with the vibrational frequency, you want to make sure that you're checking your beliefs because that's a big part of it. What you believe to be true. Do you believe that you're a successful entrepreneur? Are you taking the actions of a successful entrepreneur? Because that's a vibrational frequency. Are you thinking like an entrepreneur? That's a vibrational frequency. Are you feeling like a successful entrepreneur and abundant? That's a vibrational frequency. Do you believe the same things that the version of yourself who's a successful entrepreneur? Do you believe those things? That's a vibrational frequency. So all that goes together to compose your vibrational frequency. And that's the blueprint. Are you following me? That is the blueprint for you making those quantum leaps. You can go from here to here. Just by you having that blueprint, when you visualize and you can feel like that version of yourself and you think like the version of yourself and you know the schematics of it. You get those schematics. The way that that version of yourself thinks, feels, acts, behaves, the whole thing. And then that is for you to start doing in your reality, the blueprint. I'm not saying fake it till you make it because I don't subscribe to that. Just become it. That's all you do. You can become it now, no matter where you're at. It doesn't matter at what point of life you're at, you can do it because all of this is 100% free. Now that we have all that on the table, we can go right into how long it's going to take you. So this is the answer. Are you ready? Do you have a notepad with you? Perfect. So how long it's going to take you is however long it takes you to become a consistent, emphasis on consistent, vibrational match to the version of yourself who has the manifestation. Do you act like that in your daily life? When you receive an extra expense, are you still acting? Are you still behaving like that version of yourself who is a successful entrepreneur? When a client is deciding, you know what, hey, I don't want to go forward in signing up for your coaching or whatever you have going on. Are you responding and behaving like the version of yourself that's a successful entrepreneur that already has lots of clients? How are you behaving? How are you thinking? What are you believing? And when that stuff starts to become first nature to you, that's when you know you have embodied that version of yourself. You've embodied the version of yourself that's a successful entrepreneur, that's abundant, that is living a great life. You have successfully done that. And you know what? When you do get to that point, you won't need the manifestation anymore because you'll embody it so much that you won't even have a second thought about what the outside is looking to you. It doesn't matter what's going on. Any type of obstacles that come up, you know what? Boom, 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 boom. It's like you're immune to it when you're in that certain vibrational frequency. I got something else for you. How long do you believe that it takes for you to manifest having your first clients? How long do you think that it takes for yourself to start a successful business? And just write it down on your notepad. How long do you think it takes you? How long do you think it will take? Okay. So because that right there is already your belief. If you believe that it takes, that's your belief. And it can be a limiting belief if you're going off and saying 5 years. Okay. Because if you want it now in the next 6 months or so, then you want to check your beliefs. So if you have said 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, then you need to start checking and see, why do I believe this is true? Why do I believe it takes me so long to manifest what I desire? I know y'all have seen those videos on YouTube, and I even have videos about manifesting in 24 hours. Yes, it can be done, most definitely. But if it did not happen for you, there's nothing wrong with the process. The process works, or whatever methodology that person was using, it works. Nothing wrong with it. The only thing that needs to be tweaked is your beliefs. Because if you're, like I said before, if you are believing that it takes 5 years to manifest becoming a successful entrepreneur, or manifesting $2,000, or whatever the case is, then that's how long it's going to take for you. That's the amount of time that is required at that point then. So once you start shifting your limiting beliefs and then tapering back on that time and get to the point where you can establish the belief that things can manifest instantly, or things can manifest within 7 days, then that's what will be true for you. Then you have the blueprint to back it up. You back it up by being the version of yourself that thinks like that version of yourself, that believes the things the version of yourself thinks and believes and behaves. You back it up with the blueprint. We are walking the walk and talking the talk, right? If I was to sit here and give you a definite answer and tell you it definitely only takes 3 days to manifest your desire and what you decided to have, then I could say that all day long, and you would either believe me or you wouldn't believe me. And the people that believed me, they would be like, they would take it to heart and they would start manifesting within 3 days because it resonates with them. And this bypasses any resistance that they had, because they had a strong desire. If you may have had doubts and you were thinking like, there has to be a faster way to manifest, I'm looking for this answer, and I told you 3 days, boom, you would be on it. And then for the people that didn't believe me, and they're just like, this stuff is it's just not gonna work for me, then it wouldn't work for you. Do you see what I'm saying? It all goes together. It's up to you. You get to decide the time span that it needs to take. Now, sure, you may set a date for something and it may go over or it may be under, which is fine. It's in the vicinity, right? And keep in mind, whenever you do set these dates, it'll show you your beliefs, your limiting beliefs very quickly. If it has, and this has happened to me too, where I've said it, I know when I was living with my family, I had sticky notes all the time saying, I'm so happy and grateful for manifesting $1,000. I'm so happy and grateful for manifesting a successful business. I'm so happy and grateful for manifesting a car by this date and that date and that date. All the dates passed. They came and gone. But it will show you your limiting beliefs. Because if you're like, oh man, this stuff doesn't work. Well, you guess what? It's not going to work for you if you keep that type of belief going on. But it showed you saying that showed you your limiting belief. Oh, wow, okay, I can just shift that and transmute the energy and have the manifestation. Because you would be on the timeline for that manifestation if you transmute the energy. There's so many layers to this manifestation stuff, and I'm here for it. I'm here to help y'all. It goes into science, it goes into psychology, it goes into spirituality. It goes there. But I appreciate y'all for watching this video. I really, really appreciate it. And I appreciate you for subscribing right down at the bottom. And also, I'm taking free breakthrough calls right now. So you are able to go down in the description also and start booking those. I look forward to talking to you.